Hello, folks. I'm outside here today by the lake, and I've been thinking about that one narcissist friend, female friend that I've had for more than 20 years, whom I have no more contact to now. And I was thinking how myself as someone with Asperger's, or what they call these days autism spectrum, how that we as Aspies are more prone to narcissistic abuse. Well, I can tell from my experience. I've read some other experiences too, but I'm gonna just talk about my experience today. I was this typical autistic child who was pretty much, I wasn't nonverbal, but I just didn't talk very much. I just, I thought everyone had telepathy, so I assumed that I did not need to talk. So I did not talk much. I was a child who didn't express herself, whether she's hungry, she's not hungry, I don't know, I just didn't communicate, okay? And I was just totally did not understand social etiquette, social rules, but I wasn't the type to act out. I was the type to just take everything in, because I was also an empath. I was a very sensitive child, so I could read energy, and I would just absorb like a sponge other people's energy. So when I started school, when I was 7 years old, my mom had to accompany me for, I don't know, at least a month or two. When everyone's parent had gone back, my mom was there all along, from the beginning of school to the end of school, just so that I wouldn't feel scared. She would accompany me to break time, to eat with me, to just stay there and watch over me. Because if I didn't see her, I would just freak out and started to cry. So yeah, eventually she found me friends, and slowly she let go, and I would be at school alone like all other kids. It still freaked me out, but it wasn't so bad. But I struggle a lot with social rules and how human beings act. So as long as there was someone for me to attach to feel safe, I would attach to that person. Now, I went to an all-girls school. It was a Catholic school. So everyone is a girl. So I was introduced to this girl who was the head of a group. Like what you see in the movie Mean Girls. They had this one lady who was just mean and who wanted to control everyone, who wanted to be the queen, but a really nasty queen. So I was introduced to that friend, and I didn't know better because I did not know how human beings acted. So I was very trusting, and I would just trust everyone to have good intentions. And I did not know that I was in for narcissistic abuse for over 20 years. I was just following along, and I wasn't really communicative. Like, So I thought that was something normal. And I suffered a lot of bullying, triangulation, gaslighting for over 20 years. But a lot of people saw through her lies. She was a chronic liar. Chronic liar. I could see through that, but part of being autistic is also being overly trusting of other people. People with autism, we do not see the bad in people. We see the bad in situations. Okay, and we assume people do not have ill intention, so we're overly trusting. Okay, I think that's a reason why a lot of people on the spectrum are easily victims of narcissistic abuse or bullying, because we just cannot understand or comprehend why human beings have ill intentions, why people want to manipulate in order to get something or someone. We do not understand, nor even cross our mind that manipulating, telling lies, all this sneaky stuff are part of life, part of social rules. This just did not cross our mind. So we assume everyone was peaceful. We assume everyone is good. So we tend to give more chances than normal people do. And hence, it's very hard for us to get out of bullying or abuse. And also the discrimination. People with autism usually have pretty much low self-esteem. I had pretty much no self-esteem. And I also had attachment trauma. So put it all together, it was just hell for me. I really did not understand a thing. So, yeah. I was convinced that society was right and I was wrong, because if everyone acted like that and I did not act like that, I did not think like them, then I must be the error, right? I must be the glitch in the matrix, right? So that's how society make me feel, and I was convinced that I was the one in the wrong, and what they did to me was normal. I think it's a nice weather today. The wind is blowing gently. But I'm just glad that I got educated in narcissism. And we need to really talk about the impact of narcissism, not just on normal people. I mean, I don't mean normal as in, but you get what I mean. People with on the spectrum, we are very naive sometimes. The way we see the world is different, so we will fall easily into a hole that we cannot comprehend. But I hope what I said some of you can relate a little bit. I don't know how we're gonna solve this problem except for talking about it and raising awareness. I'm glad that narcissism is something that more people are aware of now. I'll keep talking about it because I I have met so many narcissists in my life. I just attract them like nobody's business. I've had narcissist close friend, I have narcissist ex boyfriend, I've had narcissist boss, I've had sociopathic people playing me. But okay, I understand now why things were the way they were, and we on the spectrum is not our fault. So it's very important for us to remember that it isn't our fault for us to be trusting to other people. It is a beautiful nature, it's a beautiful gift, but we have to learn to be smart about it. So have a blessed day, everyone. The sun is out, it's getting hot, I'm going home. Thank you for hearing me. Have a nice day or evening. Bye-bye.